It's not often I end up putting a note at the front of my videos these days, but with this TGS month already being full of surprises, including the quick and unexpected announcement of Atelier Ryza 3 during Nintendo Direct, I can't put this video up without acknowledging that we all know what Gust's next Atelier is. I had originally began making this video on Sunday after the Atelier 25th anniversary footage kept piquing my interest while editing my last video, and decided to make this video speculating on what it all meant, except now we know exactly what it is thanks to that surprise reveal during Nintendo Direct, which I'm of course not complaining about and I'm actually over the moon for, but it did result in me nearly leaving this video in my drafts folder. In the end, I decided to put it up in the hopes that you guys would find the small things I noticed interesting, show what I was thinking before the announcement, and just to give a little Atelier Ryza 3 hype, as it's a good excuse to talk about it. So hopefully this intro wasn't too distracting and that you can enjoy this video as what I'd hoped, which was as a bit of fun to fill the time as we wait to hear even more about this next Atelier game. Hope you enjoy the video, and here it goes. I've been hoping for a while that Gust would drop some Atelier news during TGS this year, as that's been the way things have been during my time with the series, but I didn't expect them to drop a mini bomb last week featuring some interesting new footage. As I was heading home from work and enjoying the 25th anniversary video Gust put up that seemed to be an innocent look back into the series, my jaw was left on the floor as it took us into a final photo frame and then showed some new scenic footage, clearly teasing the next thing we'll see from the Atelier series. We're likely to get some clarification on that during TGS, as Gust has already announced that they'll be showing a new title then, and together with these new clips definitely makes me wonder if that new title will be Atelier Ryza 3, another game in the Secret series, or something else entirely, with small hints in those clips making me think we might get to adventure in Ryza's world again soon. Today I'll be sharing what I found that points me in the direction of this being the next story we'll see in Ryza's world, and while this is all speculation, I hope you can enjoy it as a bit of fun as we get excited to see the next game in the Atelier series. Shown right after the Secret series and Atelier Sophie 2 part of the Atelier 25th anniversary video, right on seeing the new footage, the aesthetic for these places fits in with the two as they share Gust's current aesthetic. We know that Atelier Sophie 2 was set in a dreamland and has certain things in its timeline that makes visiting that world again unlikely, so we need to look at the Secret or Ryza series if we want some hints as to what this game will be. These hints are definitely there, with the background music being what I consider the first tip-off that this is at least from some part of the Secret series. The main melody that plays can be recognized from both Ryza 1 and 2's key tracks featured in its start screen, such as One Summer's Adventure, which to me points directly at this being something associated with the Ryza games. Whether or not it will be one with Ryza as the protagonist or not isn't really clear to me, as it's hard to know if that melody is her theme or for the Secret series as a whole, but in any case I can't see why they play it if it wasn't related in some way, and that becomes clearer as you look at the scenery. I first considered going into Atelier Ryza 1 and 2 and matching up places with the ones in the video that look similar to ones we've seen, as there are definitely some that brought locations from 1 and 2 to mind for me. But even without doing that, there are familiar assets that we've definitely seen in the Ryza world that are easy enough to confirm. For example, there's the ark-looking thing sitting in the water that I found while trying to find another screenshot from the area you first fight with Patty and Tal in Ryza 2 that looks a bit like the next area in the trailer, and these things have me wondering if this is the same place or at the very least somewhere in the same world. And since the Ryza games so far have been heavily based around exploration and adventure, the ruin-looking area and the big mysterious tower with a bell fit that theme perfectly, with the latter also having something that looks like a gate that those who have played Ryza 2 in full may be particularly curious about that I will say no more about because of spoilers, and it also reminds me of one of the towers we explored in Ryza 1 that has me intrigued on what this place is. Aside from the places themselves, the thing I'm also left wondering is how Ryza will traverse some of these, with the first one looking like somewhere Sophie might be able to explore well with the weather-changing mechanics of the dream world, so I wonder if we'll see some kind of special exploration abilities in this one. In any case, it certainly looks like a very explorable world, and the familiar and similar elements have me pretty confident it's something set in Ryza's universe, so I hope this is the game they choose to show us at TGS, as these clips definitely got me excited to explore in Ryza's world again. The last thing that is still uncertain is that if this is an Atelier Ryza universe related announcement, will this be with Ryza as the protagonist again, or perhaps someone else? I found it interesting that they officially called these games the Secret series in this anniversary video as opposed to the Ryza series, as despite it being consistent with the naming scheme of Atelier, it has been kind of vague if the Ryza series should be considered her series or the Secret trilogy in true Atelier style. It looks like they've committed to the Secret name as of this video, and for me, I like seeing it basically confirmed, with the recent Koei Tecmo app going with that name too, so I wonder if it's just the name for the series or a hint that something may change, as Atelier used to typically change protagonists game by game, at least for a little bit. Since the clips we've seen don't show any character footage, it is hard to tell at this point, but I did want to mention it as I did find it interesting. Either way, it's nice to confirm what to call this series going forward, whether the next game has Ryza as the lead or not, and either way, I'm sure she'll feature in the next game as she's an important part of the story, along with other characters like Boss, Claudia, and Patricia, who I hope have their stories continued. Regardless of what we see at TGS from Gust, it definitely has re-sparked my excitement for this part of Atelier, so I'll excitedly be awaiting more news as TGS creeps up with the Gust announcement due on the 16th at 7 PM Japan time that I will definitely be watching. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of the anniversary video and if it got your head racing with ideas of what it could be too. But either way, I'm happy with the way it made me remember a great series and the way it gets me excited as it gets ready to move forward again. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you hope to see from Gust at TGS and any other announcements you're hoping to see as well. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!